Hello, everyone. Today we are celebrating the Father's Day, and today I have a really wonderful guest that I've known for some time, who is a fan of Paul John Whisky, and we'll be talking about whiskey in general. And of course, we'll celebrate the Father's Day together. And here is Kayenn with us together. How are you doing, Kayenn?
Oh man, I'm doing as good as this summer heat in Chicago can afford me, But you see the beads of sweat even in an air-conditioned room. So
well, you have a shirt and a T-shirt, so.
Oh yeah, I know. I do because it's just a force of habit,
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So you're joining us from Chicago. You have been a really good friend of Paul John for a long while, so thank you for that. We appreciate your
you're
support.
welcome.
And today I invited you because I know that you're a dad and you also like whiskey, so we are celebrating the Father's Day. And I just wanted to have you with me, a little conversation, drinking a couple of whiskeys together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we starting with here?
Up to you. Like I have a bar behind the back.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is one. My wife is, after the kids started growing up, my wife limited my space because most of it has gone to kids' playroom and billiards and a bunch of other stuff. So my wife said, "This is the only space I can give you now." And so whatever little it's spread all across. I haven't organized as well as you have, but whatever is there, you can see whatever here down, and then if I move my camera some there, you'll see some on the north side of the wall, and so it's spread across. Unlike yours, it's not as well organized as.
Thank you very much. I still need your fake prevention, but you choose one bottle, I choose one bottle, and let's talk about them. Okay.
Okay. Let me start with Kanya.
All right. Then I will start with one of our new whiskeys.
Okay. So
I will start with the Oloroso.
Oh, great. Okay. The reason I chose Kanya was I was supposed to be out with family today, as I told you, and then you emailed me, and then I had to change plans. So I have to, in honor of my wife, because she's a Kanya.
Oh, okay.
So
just to give the understanding, Kanya, correct me if I'm not wrong, is the counterpart of Virgo.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. So let me pour some for myself.
Oh, I can see the Christmas bottles up there. Lovely.
Oh yeah, I have some. I love Christmas. I have a couple of Christmas. Yeah. The only Christmas I don't have is 2018.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's the only Christmas I don't have. Otherwise I have. Otherwise, I pretty much have I usually keep some extras on hand just in case if I have to gift some family or friend or get them introduced to Paul John. Yeah, I'll always try to do that because whiskey is all about sharing, and whiskey is all about introducing people to good stuff.
All right.
Yeah. So, as I was telling you, salute.
Cheers.
Yeah. So I was telling you, in 2015, my cousin brings me this small sample, a 30 ml sample. Says, "Hey man, you're such a snob. Try this." I say, "Where's this from?" He says, "India." I am sure you understand. Indian whiskeys are mostly rectified spirit.
Yeah.
With some degree of Scotch, they get barrels because of. But when I tried this, I was like over the moon. I said, "Are you sure this is not Indian whiskey made in Scotland?" He said, "No, this is Indian whiskey made in Goa." I said, "It feels every bit of Scotch." He said, "Yes." I said, "What is this?" He said, "It's called Paul John." I was like, "Wow, that doesn't sound like an Indian name." So he said, "No, this is Paul John." And then he gave me the backstory. And that's where my journey with Paul John began in 2015. And ever since, one of my favorites has been, of course, the Oloroso cask strength, but it's hard to find. I mean, I've been trying to lay my hands on the bottle for a while now. So
that's almost impossible, unfortunately.
Yeah. And then Kanya hit the market sometimes. I think my first bottle of Kanya was 2018 or something.
2017, late 2017, it was in the market.
Yeah, but I got my first bottle somewhere around March or April of 2017. I remember because I had to order it from Europe. It wasn't available here in the US.
Yeah. So Kayenn was the first bottle in the Zodiac range.
No. I've had the base. I have had the select cask peated. Okay, but Kayenn was the first, let's say, limited release that I procured. And I was so blown away. I was like, I didn't even know how it was rated by others. But when I tried it, I liked the packaging because I'm my background is advertising. So I really get carried away by really good packaging. And when I saw the packaging, I was totally blown away. Not this, but there's another one that I had. And ever since, I have a good collection of Kayenn. I think I may have 7 or 8 in my collection at this point in time.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, you see, I think you'll see one there, then few inside in my closet. I mean, in my, so.
I can also see the Mars Orbiter and Mituna, which will be the next whiskey, hopefully.
Yeah, so Mars Orbiter was, so. Yeah, so I tried Kayenn and I said, wow, I need more of these bottles. But back then, I mean, it was at a very limited availability here in the US. Pretty much non-existent. The only one I found in Binny's at Lincoln Park, I grabbed it. So, and then someone, and then I was, then I saw that you had released Mars Orbiter somewhere around 2018-19. And I liked the whole packaging. I said, wow, it's incredible. But first I bought just one bottle for myself because I wasn't sure how good it was going to be. And then I was so blown away. As of date, I've gifted 5 Mars Orbiters to 5 different people. Awesome. Yeah, and I have 2 on my standby. 1 is open and 2 closed. Yeah. So,
well, it's good to have closed one because we don't have any more in the States.
Yeah.
So
then Mituna released, and I had one reason to be one up on my wife because I am Mituna.
You're Mituna, wonderful.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, you just celebrated your birthday. So.
Yeah, so I'm Gemini, and my wife always gets one up on me for everything we do. She's smarter than me, everything. And then suddenly this Mituna releases, which ends up being it's in a different class. It's in a class of its own. So, and I have something to thumb her nose. I always get my Mituna, and I just say, look, this is better than Kayenn.
So one question to you. How many kids do you have? I don't know that. Yeah.
I have a 10-year-old daughter and 8-year-old son.
Perfect. So they're not at the age of drinking yet. So you will wait a couple more years.
No. I've told my daughter she cannot drink until she turns 45. That's the new law.
Lovely.
Yeah.
But at least as a father, they know what to.
Oh yeah. I mean, my son knows. My son. Both my kids know. Pretty much every brand. Because they help me because I like to catalog, and keep records. So my kids on now vacation, they help me. I'm going to build something like what you've done back there. I have some space. My wife has afforded me some extra space now.
I will help you if you need anything.
Yeah, because they've been encroaching on my space like crazy, man. How many kids do you have?
I have none.
Oh, so believe me, wait till you have a couple and then you see all your space being taken away.
Well, that's why I have none, I guess. But an important question, like I can relate myself to this because I actually but I drank my first whiskeys from my father's cabinet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And do you have any stories with your father?
Oh, no. My grandfather was, he passed away about 8 years ago at the age of 98. My grandfather was quite a connoisseur. The first whiskey that I was into, when I came of age in India, the drinking age was 21, right? Back then. Now it's 25, I think.
Oh.
So I was visiting my grandfather there. And he said, okay, now you're 21 and you're a man now. So I will uncork something for you. And he had one of my first bottles was Dimple Hague. Okay. He said, back then, I thought that was the greatest whiskey I had because the bottle looked so cute. And I told you, I'm a big sucker for good packaging.
Yeah.
And the dimpled bottle was a big draw for me. And And my grandfather said, "Hey, try this." And then later, my grandfather's go-to brand was Kati Sark.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was very much a Kati Sark person, and so that's how I got introduced to Scotch.
Okay.
And then slowly, I was offered a writing job for one of the leading Indian uh, newspapers. I mean, probably the most widely read English newspaper in the world, Times of India.
Mm-hmm.
They offered me a position to review foods from around the world, different cuisines, and that's where my introduction. I mean, that's where I got more fine-tuned to, got more exposed to better quality single malts. And for the first 10, 12 years, I was pretty much a Scotch drinker.
Okay.
But then I switched my allegiance to bourbon, and I've been loyal to bourbon ever since. And now to some world whiskeys like Paul John and Kayenn, because what I like is they bridge. They are a bridge. They're the gateway to people from single malt moving into bourbon and bourbon moving into single malt.
Perfect to know that. So if you don't mind, I want to taste Mituna with you.
Okay, this is Mituna.
All right, let me get my Mituna, and right here. Since you like the packaging, I should also show the packaging. And this is the packaging of Mituna, which is our newest expression. You have it on the left, So this is Kayenn Cyan Gemini.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. But I love the bottle even more with all the models.
Right. No, Mituna has to be better than Kanya, man.
Well, my mom is a Mituna. So.
Oh, wow, great, okay.
And I'm going to take her a bottle when I go back to my home country.
Okay.
So I want to taste this with you because you have been there from day one, tasting Mituna and telling us like how a great whiskey it is. So, and since we want to celebrate the Father's Day, there will be no better person than you to taste it together. Cheers.
Cheers. I mean, Mituna hits all the right notes for me. On Whiskey Base, I've rated it 96. The only thing it falls short of, I feel, is a little bit of body. I wish it was a little more creamier.
Okay.
And that's my only. Otherwise, this feels like a sherry. For a long time, I believe there was some sherry in this.
Not hearing the first time, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I was so sure that there was some sherry finish or some bit of sherry in this that I'm surprised. This is all it's virgin oak and ex-bourbon finish.
Because the color actually suggests, and it gives you an idea that there might be some sherry too. It's just not the nose, not the taste. Like starting from color, then the nose, it actually gives you that there might be some wine influence at least.
Yeah, no, because I get a lot of sherry. I get some. Pureed dried plums and dates. I'm surprised. I mean, that's very unlike. Those are all of sherry notes.
Yeah, you're totally right. But just to explain this, there is no sherry or wine barrel in this one. It's aged primarily in virgin oak casks, American virgin oak casks, and then finished in ex-bourbon barrels. And this is 42 years. And which actually includes no sherry or wine casks, and that all brings up to maturation process in Goa, where there's like a maturation with the high temperature and relative humidity that we have over there, which gives our whiskey its unique and exquisite taste.
But the best part is everyone likes to boast about these days. Climate and temperature, which you can do that in Kentucky or you can do that in any state in US. You can have a temperature controlled warehouse. What I find really unique about Mituna is the terroir. I can feel the terroir. I mean, I don't know. I get the very distinct feel of because I know Goa. I'm a Goan, right? So it gives me a very strong Goan feel. Now, I don't know how. I found that in Select Cask, and then I find it in this.
Yeah, we actually call classic Select Cask as Goa in a bottle. I find a lot of examples from Goan cuisine. Those, fruits I had in India, which like I had my best mango in India and I cannot eat anymore.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't? Okay. Is it because you're on a keto diet or something like that?
No, it's just that was the perfect one. I couldn't find anything.
Oh, yeah. Same here. Same here. I haven't eaten mango in 10 years because I cannot find anything comparable to that mango.
And honestly, like me too, at some perspective, it can also be described as, classical on steroids, because it gives you a lot of that classic notes, but it gives you more than that, because the virgin oak cask that we use from the States, the American virgin oak, actually gives a lot of character. And at some point, what I reviewed when I first tasted this whiskey was, I feel some white brandy, Pinot de Charon, then at the same time, maybe a little bit rye whiskey profile. Then it all comes up to that wonderful malty notes in the palate, because we are using also 6-row barley from India, which has a total different character when you compare it with the 2-row barley. I think that also brings out the terroir a little bit, what you mentioned about Goa.
Yeah, India. Because I have, I have observed that most of young whiskies, which are matured in hotter climates like Kavalan or even the ones here in the US, right? I see a lot of cask influence. A lot of what I taste is cask. Here, it's surprising. Like wine, I taste terroir. It's not as, as I said, cask is indistinguishable. I thought this was sherry. So this is, this is, had it been a little more creamier, this would be a 100-pointer for me.
Perfect. Love to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how you're going to celebrate your Father's Day, but hopefully there will be a
Oh, yeah. As I told you, we were going to drive an hour and a half down to a beach, a lake, and celebrate. But then I think we'll be starting off early tomorrow morning for.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for meeting me, tasting this drum with me. Thanks for your time. Jivali, hopefully your Father's Day will be amazing.
Well, likewise,
and we call this interviews aged, not old, because we believe that nobody gets older. We just get aged. We just get aged like whiskey.
Yeah.
Like a good whiskey, and we have some optimal ages for everything.
Yeah. No, I would give it a twist. I would call it matured.
Perfect. I will tell it. Thank you very much, Kayenn. I appreciate that.
Bye.